Well, it's Thursday, March the 3rd, and I'm actually at a loss. I don't even know where to begin.
It's well, we'll begin where we know all our listeners begin in Ukraine, and our prayers go to the folks in Ukraine. We hope for their safety. We hope for their leadership. You can't help but sit back and be marveled by the courage.
What good leadership looks like?
And it just so we we all want great outcome for Ukraine, but we know that the horror that they're being faced. So that's creating uncertainty in the marketplace, and you and I actually we have plans in place to try to get us back into the market, but we have also said that probably the next 2 weeks until I won't say the outcome, because I don't know if in 2 weeks you'll know the outcome of Ukraine, but the military bombardment and the invasion going on, hopefully sooner than later will be complete, but it's going to take that long before we really would feel comfortable because of Ukraine.
Yes, and any changes that we are contemplating are lateral changes. So we might move from one type of investment into another type of investment that's in the same industry, but getting out of things that maybe have more exposure to Russia and just the international, just the world in general. So in fact, we have a meeting coming up right after we get through doing this. But you're right, 3 weeks is sort of a magic number. Geopolitical issues typically, if you go back in time, are 3 weeks to the negative on markets. And then there's a retracement of 3 weeks, and then we're back to where we were. So I don't know if that's the case here, but at least history does repeat itself.
We've raised, as each one of you have observed, and when we're having conversations, and we're having a lot of conversation, we've raised a lot of cash in the market. I would say we probably we're across the board no less than 25% in cash. Some might be a little bit higher even to that. And I would say across the board, we're probably at least at a 50% position in equities, and we're even potentially some are even a little lower than that. We've gone to the center, we've gone to value, we've gone to energy, we've gone to dividend positions. We're contemplating additional moves from companies that have geopolitical or geo influence to more regional influence. So we're contemplating that even as we speak right now. And I would say probably over the next 2 weeks, we're still looking defensive versus offensive, but we are beginning to contemplate how do we begin to get this cash back into the marketplace, because unless the whirlwind of war just spins off, or if the Fed really blows it, we think the market's going to be up by the end of the year, and we think inflation by summertime will begin to lower, and we think the midterm election.
Yeah, and the numbers today is 97% probability that the Fed will only go 25 basis points in their upcoming meeting on March 16 and 17. So there was a lot of talk, and in fact, we also talked about they probably were going to try to get ahead of the curve they're already behind, and that's going with 50 basis points. But with what's happening in Ukraine, I don't think that is a remote possibility.
One of the most positive things about what we're seeing, and we're looking at numbers on a daily basis and having meetings on a daily basis with one another and outside sources to help us contemplate this, is we know everybody's account is down, but we also know the stock market year to date is down in excess of a double digit. We are nowhere near that. We are virtually anywhere from half of that to less than half of that, just depending across the board.
Especially those portfolios that are 50% in equities,
right,
or less. Now, if you're 80% in equities and you were aggressive growth or growth investor, you're going to be down slightly more than that. But for the rank and file portfolio that we have, that is 50% in equities right now, and 25% in cash, and 20 to 25% in bonds, your exposure has been lot less than the S&P 500, as it should be.
We continue to look at all accounts. We continue to have ongoing meetings. We're going to continue to make changes, but look for opportunities. If you have any questions, you have any concerns, reach out to us. We'll be glad to talk. We're glad to Zoom. We're glad to come and let's meet. Gibb and I both were with a good client yesterday, and we both are meeting with clients every day and having discussions. So take advantage of it. Give us a call. Always remember, it is your money.
And your money matters.
We'll see you next week, and don't forget to think about the Ukraine people.